And we're just about set for the final 20 minutes, and a scrum is going to get us underway, which is a scrum that was meant to pack down prior to the break for that drop ball. And here we go, we pick up from where we left off as Kumul Red receive the ball from the base of the scrum, and then they go forward, and here they go, and you can see players slipping over, whether in attack or defense, they're slipping over, and Kumul Red up towards the 30-meter line. That's their own 30-meter line, and once again, and they persist in playing in that heavy patched area where it's hard to run. You can see they jump up and down and all in the same spot.
And again, they turn it back into the wet patch. Why? Confusing.
Because that's what they would have done in a dry game.
Yes.
But they haven't readjusted at all to the ground conditions this afternoon, and they'd want to start doing that, because if they're going to England, I think the pitches are a lot more heavier across there than they are here, so they have to get used to the buddy patch. Maybe that's why they're doing it, Rod.
Yes, they're preparing for November.
That's right. As we see Kumul Gold going forward and up over the halfway mark, and they'll play at a metre inside Kumul Red's territory. Through the Giraffe himself as he plays it back, and then they work it again on the edge of the ruck, and 5 tackles gone. They're 9 metres inside Kumul Red's territory as Big Enoch Maki plays it back into dummy half Ase Boas, then across field to Nande, and he puts right foot to ball. 1 bounce, 2 bounces before it's picked up by Adex Wera, and then he runs it across field. No support, he'll take the tackle, and 11 out from his line is where he'll get his team rolling again. So from the play the ball, they work it back up towards their 20-meter line. Now towards the open, and there's a ball that's gone straight through the hands, and in the end being a knock on. And
you'd have to question also the tactics of the Gold. On their last completion where they kicked the ball, he kicked it short. Allowed no time for the chasers to get to the ball, and simply handed the ball to the red runner. Should have been twice as high as it was.
So Team Gold again on the attack here, going forward, and this is Thompson Tete, and Tete plays it 11 metres out, and they come back again now to Loco, and then back in field again. And still 6-7 metres away from the Reds' line across field. Now Ase Boas, he sends it across. Israel Elia fires a long ball out wide, looking for his winger on the far side. And they're still wrapped up as the cover came across, 10 metres away from Kumul Red's line. They play it back again, back in field again now to Wellington, and Wellington is wrapped up and put to ground. Still 4 metres away, looking for their first try of the afternoon, but they're not going to get it that way. There's a knock on immediately from the dummy half, and it's going to give them the ball straight back again to Kumul Red, and the Reds breathe a sigh of relief. And here we go. I think yet another mistake as well from the Reds. So we're going to have a scrum here, 10 out from Reds line. Gold will feed, and we'll have an opportunity here.
Well, it's the best field position they've had all game. Six tackles to come from this. It is a Gold feed, Gold ball.
So across field, go Gold. And 8 metres away, Eliab from dummy half, but I think they've lost the football again, once again. Well, it's become a drop-a-thon here.
It sure has. Very disappointing. I'd really have to question the tactics of the Gold. There's no leadership, there's no calls, and it's a random play as they think of it. They run left when they should run right. They turn the ball back inside when they got an overlap. Confusing, to say the least.
And here's a penalty, so a relieving penalty for Reds as they look to get out of their red zone, and now they will quite easily with a kick coming on here. There's Laka. Finds touch pretty well on the halfway mark. That's where Poirot Jr. takes the tap, restarts and sends it to Sune. Esau Sune up over the 40 and now 37 metres away from goal's line is where Red will restart their attack again. And what have we got here?
An error. What else?
Why would we have 2 tackles in a row? Yet another scrum to be put down, and this time 15 away from halfway inside goal territory. Israel Eliab has moved into the halfback position as we see him feed that ball and picked up off the base by Boss and fired across to the right hand flank as Richard Cumbo takes it up, and Cumbo is 8 metres away from halfway where he'll play it. Boss again to the right, and he dummied that way, then went himself, no support, took the tackle, and 6 inside red territory. Boss will eventually get up as he does now and play the football across back towards midfield, short ball to Wellington, and Wellington takes on 3 defenders. Bruno. The Giraffe goes to ground with the ball, 30 out from the Reds line. Gold looking for their first points of the afternoon. They remain scoreless at this point, and we're into the last 20 as Wellington looked and turned, thought about passing, held on to the football. Here's his Eliab now, little chip over the top, but straight into the waiting arms again of the defence who are back there covering. And once again, Team Red hold on to the football just outside their 10 as they with the job of working it out now. And here they go, and they can see footing, and the player's finding it pretty hard to run there. You can see his footing is slipping from under. He managed to stay on his feet, so to keep his balance there, Gary Lowe. Team Red going forward again and across field just outside their 30. And now 5 tackles gone. Lawrence Toole playing the football, then across now it goes to Laka. He puts a right-footed kick through, and it goes straight down the throat of Thompson Tete, and Tete bring it straight back up and put down. 33 away from his own line, Tete. Here's Tully from dummy half, and a good hard strong runner, Tully. Almost getting away from the attempted tackle of Laka, but he held on. Good job by him as well, good effort. There's a forward, blatant forward pass from Abavu. And in the end, the knock on, but geez. I don't think the referee picked that up as a forward pass. It was the knock on was justice in the end. But it certainly was a good metre forward.
Yeah, it was forward. Nonetheless, a scrum feed to the Reds for another possession. Set of 6.
Ball across field, Marabe holding it up and then shaping to pass before taking the tackle. That's the halfway mark. They keep the ball going towards the short side of the paddock as Zemming does a half goose step and then sends it on there to Willie Minoga, and Minoga put down on the gold 40-metre line. Back in field to Marabe again, shaped to pass once again, held it in 2 hands and then took the tackle 35 metres away. Boss from dummy half. Poirot Jr. rather from dummy half. Then across field he ran it into the hands of Korave, and Adam Korave now 29 metres away as Poirot Jr. again. That ball's been knocked back by Gold, and the players in red appealing to the referee. He didn't see that. He's called 5th and last. The touch judge, well, he should put his flag up. He's touching his hand as well. And taking his time to get up is Zemming. Now he does. And then across field it goes to Laka, and that was played at by Gold and kept down. But in the end, it's play on, says the referee, as Abavu brings it back out to his 20. And Abavu will play it on the 20-metre line, but he takes his time getting up as well. And clutching at his right leg. There's Gold held up just outside their red zone. And now this is Tete. 29 out. And once again, there's going to be another break in play as we'll hold up possession here on the 30-metre line. It's a goal 30-metre line. We'll take a break and then come back. And just as we're back again, we see Francis Panu, I think, has gone in for try number 3 for the afternoon for Team Red. Well, he scored a triple. And we'll see if we can pick it up here on the replay. But it was good work by Kumul Red.
Very intelligent kick, really well weighted. Just enough depth to give the centre time to get around his man there. Pick up the score. Really good kick.
I say Panu there just managing to get through, and the defence was there, but the bounce favouring Panu, and he manages to ground that. So, well, a triple for him this afternoon. 3 tries to Francis Panu. So 12 points to 0. The Red over the goals.
A mountain of possession to the Reds in this second half, and they've sort of dominated the possession, time in possession, and field position. 3 tries and a half for football says it all. They lead 12-0.
So Roger Lucker will take over the kicking duties from Sebastian Pandya for this one. As he sizes it up, says a short prayer, big march, and then all to no avail.
I think his left knee went higher than the kick.
Well, such a big preparation for an anticlimax. 12 points to 0. The Red hold up over the gold.
Might have to put the lights on soon. Getting dark late in the day. Overcast conditions.
Ase Boas getting right foot the ball straight down the throat of Adex Wera, who almost coughed it up, managed to grab it the second time round. And then they look for a runner coming through, and Pandya it was, to put his hand up on the far side of the paddock, and then they come back again towards midfield. Here they go, Kumul Red. 15 away from the halfway line. Poira Jr. back across now to Wera on the left, and they run the angles back again through Marabe. He holds a one-hander out the back door, and then they go forward up to their own 40-metre line. Poira Jr. again. Then the angle again by Paul Ayton, and Ayton spilt the football and fallen on simply by Team Gold. And we will have yet another scrum. A few scrums in this game so far.
It certainly is.
It's a scrumathon.
27. I get 27 scrums in the unofficial stats.
Gold with the ball from scrum number 27, as we see them work their way up and over halfway, and Jason Tully is put down inside red territory from dummy half. Now they work forward, and now still 35 metres away from the line is where Gold will play the football again. Tete back in field as they do a little run with Nande. And then they come back towards the short side, and on the 30-metre line is where Kumul Gold will play the football again. Boss to dummy half, appealing to the referee. Back in field to Nande, try to step off his right foot, but gangly all over the place, and they just managed to hold on to him as they played the football now and work it back in field again. Urakusi up towards the 20 and over the 20, and he'll play it 18 metres away. 5 tackles gone now. Across it goes to Boas. Boas sending it across field as well to Elia. Long cutout ball that's gone to ground yet again, and that'll be a changeover. And that'll be 13 metres out from the Kumul red line. And Kumul red will play this as they work the edge of the ruck and up over the 20. They play it through George Benson, and then here's another good hard strong run late in the game here by Benson as he plays it, and then they'll get the penalty as well. Team Red try to get up and play the football quickly and not allowed to, and they'll get the penalty out of this. So 15 away from halfway, the penalty. They'll look for touch on the far side of the paddock.
That'll put them in good field position. They might extend their scorecard late in this game.
Yeah, well, they find touch right on the halfway mark. Marabe. There's a forward pass straight off. Referee, well, didn't pick that up again. Pandya plays it. Poirot Jr. There's a make a break up that left-hand flank, and finally the cover defence managed to hold and put them down 11 metres away from the gold line. So Red on the attack again, back towards midfield. They work at 1 dummy, 2 dummies, and then they go straight through again as they hit and turn Adex Suera, and then across field, but there's a shocking pass to end it all. But Adex Suera making a half break yet again, and the last pass unfortunately going to ground, letting Kumul Gold off the hook.
Yeah, enterprising enough, yeah, talented play, but that is the 40th handling error in this game.
Yeah, shocking. Let's take a break and then come back.
Gold scrum, gold possession.
So Gold have just managed to take it out of their red zone now. Still 12 points to nil. They lead Kumul Red. As we see Gold with the football, but they've thrown it away now, and Kumul Red rather leading Gold 12 points to nil. And we're going to have a scrum here that's gone the way of Kumul Red again. So they've got yet another opportunity before this game ends. 35 metres away from Kumul Gold's try line. And Red to feed.
Yeah, I think the referee quite rightly ruled that Gold dropped it first, then Red dropped it into touch.
Adex Suera joining in the line and picking it up as first receiver, then sending it across to Gary Lowe, and Lowe wrapped up. So they work that far side of the paddock. There's going to ground with the football on the 30-metre line is Willie Minoga. Marabe was lined up, but then he managed to shrug that one away, and then he went, managed to get his hands free. They keep the football alive here, Kumul Red, and they work it across field again. This is Riong, and then he's put down 11 metres away in front of the uprights. Elijah Riong plays the ball. Back across field now to the right, they work it. This is Laka, and then the second man play with Adex. No, it wasn't. It was Noel Zemming who was coming through behind everybody and picked it up and managed to just hold on to it. Panu to dummy half. Back in field again to Laka. Laka, short ball into the hands there of their lock forward Korabe, and Korabe put on his back 3-4 meters away. 5 tackles gone is the call from dummy half. They work it across to the left again, and Laka the long ball and quick hands out wide. A beautiful ball. If they score off this, which they have, it'll come back to that pass back in field. It'll come back to the pass back in field.
I think by Alex
was a brilliant.
Guerra, the fullback.
I think you're right there. I think Alex Ferrer was the man who passed that football.
Yeah, good ball movement. Not quite sure who scored the try.
So take a look at it on the replay. There's the long ball across field. This is Laka. He'll hold it up and cut out a man. And there's the beautiful hands, and was Alex Vera, who picked it up off his bootlaces and sent it straight out wide to Gary Lowe, I think it was, who scored it. No, it wasn't. It was Willie Minoga. And Willie Minoga grounding in the 4th try of the afternoon for Kumul Red. As we await the conversion attempt. And then it looks like Francis Panyu will take the conversion attempt for Kumul Red. So here's Panyu taking his time. And he struck that pretty well, and the touch judges' flags are up. So Francis Panyu take a bow. 3 tries this afternoon and a conversion attempt, giving him a personal tally of 14 points in this match. As the hooter goes in the background, I think that's it. It's all over Red Rover this game, because we see everyone seems to be walking off the paddock. So as they walk off, we'll take a quick break, and then we'll come back and wrap up this Kumul trial match here at the Lloyd Robertson Oval between Kumul Red and Kumul Gold.